Hey all my movie maniacs, yes, I'm back and I'm here to give you a review of the movie Unsane. Yes, Steven Soderbergh directing his first horror film about Sawyer Valentini, played by Claire Foy. Now Sawyer is a woman, she's in a new town, she's got a new job, moved away from a lot of people she cared about to try to start over and get over a very traumatic experience she had with a stalker prior to her moving. Well, she's still having trouble dealing with it. She's having visions that he might still be around. So she goes to a medical facility just to get some counseling and find out, maybe she needs regular routine therapy. Well, soon she finds herself committed to the hospital, a resident there with the other folks who have mental conditions. And she thinks she sees the stalker at the hospital. Is he really there? Or is it all made up in her brain? And that's the big question, and one of the many that eventually get answered as the film plays out in Unsane. Steven Soderbergh's a little bit hit or miss with me, okay? I loved Logan Lucky, and I dug this film and didn't expect to, and I didn't know much about it, or hardly that it was coming out, but when I saw it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a chance, and let me tell you, this film for me was dark, creepy, fun. This is a slow burn, similar type of style and approach that he took with the girlfriend experience, only this has the horror element, which made it more interesting for me. I didn't quite care for the girlfriend experience, but here the way he shot this film and the way he approached this story really fit it and really helped build kind of this tension of the film that you wanted to. So by the time it boils over and gets to the third act, you're rooting not only for Sawyer, but also kind of scared for her as well. You care for her character because you can kind of feel her situation, especially in the beginning, of being held against your will and being thought that you're crazy when are you crazy or are you not? And questioning your own reality. And they play with a lot of that. And Claire Foy's performance really helps sell this idea. I loved watching her character change over the course of this film. And in the beginning, it might not seem to people that this is a horror film. They're like, oh, what is this? But I enjoyed it. I was like, where are you going with this, Steven? And she meets some interesting characters along the way. Another standout performance for me was Jay Farrow, who played Nate Hoffman, another resident at the hospital, and she kind of befriends. There's some really fun scenes with these two. Steven Soderbergh also takes this opportunity, not only in the horror film, to kind of creep you out, but also make a statement about New England's medical care and facilities that take advantage of insurance and encourage, committing people who aren't actually crazy. There's a lot of themes there going on, as well as the threats of social media and how dangerous out there with what information you put out there and what could actually happen. So he plays with a lot of those elements all through the lens of an iPhone, no less, but it didn't look cheap at all. The aesthetic really fit the story in this, and I think it added a little bit of a creepy element to it, the added extra atmosphere of this film. And yeah, I did not expect, really going into this, and what little I heard about it, I was like, okay, well, man, and I came out going, man, I want to watch that again. And maybe it's because I watch a lot of indie film. It really has more of an indie horror film. This is an approach and something you might see in that genre, and here we got it on a wide release on a big screen, being handled by a big name director like Steven Soderbergh, and I'm looking at this going, man, is he getting back to his indie roots? I'm not sure. All I know is I dug it, and I gave it 4 stubs. Okay, 4 out of 5. That slow burn in the beginning, I enjoyed. I know many people are probably not going to dig this film because it is so indie, I will say, in style in many ways, but if you can look past that, I think you'll enjoy that. And also shout out to Joshua Leonard and his character David Strine. He plays that so well, and it's come a long way since Blair Witch, and I really enjoyed his performance too. So there you have it, folks. It's it's an indie film that got a wide release and done by Steven Soderbergh. And yeah, it's a horror film that I think if you like slow burn, creepy films with a little bit of a twist ending, I think you'll enjoy Unsane. And that'll about do it for us here on The Final Cut. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you have seen this film. I'm sure many of you have opinions about it. I appreciate your support. Until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.